Back, man. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody having an amazing day. Now, I brought my boy Gabe in all the way from Detroit. I've been bringing guests on, and he's somebody that's into lyrics. People that just dope lyricism and all that. But I thought about it. I'm like, who do I want to put him on to? I put Rome onto Reg 32 in Avellino. That's the family in LA. Detroit, man, got some real lyricists out there, Eminem from out there. So I said, I got to put somebody that's really flowing, you know what I mean? And I asked a few people, and they went over to the IG, and they said, yo, play Akala, fire in the booth, you know what I mean? Like, I'm curious to see what Gabe going to think. We're going to bring Gabe in real quick. Everybody say what up to Gabe. All right, Gabe, what's going on? What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm just ready to hear some good music, ready to hear some bars or something. So I want to see what you got for me.
Well, the UK, man, got mad lyricists. I didn't know who to play for you real quick, but mad people told me, yo, play a collar for him real quick. I told them you from Detroit. You know what I mean? People know Eminem. Who's some of the artists you grew up listening to also, just before we even get into it?
I mean, I grew up listening to everybody though. So I grew up listening to Jay Z, Nas, Az. Then if you want to go south, UGK. Eight Ball, MJG. If you want to go Jay Dilla, if you want to go that type, but
Okay,
mainly, Cameron,
okay.
that type of deal. So
So
I
you,
mean, I'm more so of a Jay fan. So I grew up, I fell in love with hip hop off Jay, of Jigga. I
got you.
appreciated Nas for what he was and everything like that. Illmatic and all, it was written, that type of stuff. But Streets is watching, but Reasonable Doubt, I feel like that changed the game for me.
Okay,
Hip hop.
okay. So look, this is a collar real quick. I know they want to see what you're gonna say. All I ask is you just keep it all the way 100. You got to keep it a buck. If you like it, say you rock with it. If you don't like it, say you don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, or just say what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so we gonna get into this real quick. This is Find a Booth. This is a platform in the UK. People come up here, freestyle, rap, do whatever. This is my man Akala. Let's see what he's talking about.
I know you gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, yo, yo.
I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called youngsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and dough on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room, wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel and cut, one too many man, get caught up. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another. So it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy your mind when the world's this. Leverage is a crime. We can all fight with the brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly and I don't care. Just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability. They've never been shown nor told the difference.
I'm gonna pause real quick. What you think so far?
What's his name? Earl the Sweatshirt.
Now his name
That's
Akala, man. What you think, man? Come on,
oh,
you can't. Come on, man.
uh,
What you think? Now, I
I
want an honest
mean, like,
opinion.
this was recorded in the '90s or like the late early 2000s. When was this recorded?
2000s, late 2000s.
Late 2000, early 2000s.
Nah, like
Okay.
late
I mean,
2000s.
it's like what you mean? 2019,
I gotta see. No, no, no,
2020.
no, not that late. I gotta see exactly when. I don't. I gotta check. Yo, people in the comments, let
I
us know
think,
exactly when it was recorded. He got four of them. You know what I mean? So we got four. This is part one.
yeah.
But I'm curious what you think, or you
It's
got to hear a little bit more.
I mean, so far he on some conscientious, he talking about gaining wealth. So the message, he talking about he own a library and all this different type of stuff. Um, little sped up delivery, but let me hear a little bit more. Let me
All
just hear a
right,
little
all
bit more.
right,
But so far, I mean, he on some conscientious type stuff. He talking some shit. He got a
all
little
right.
dry ass fro,
You said he got a dry flow. What does that mean?
a, a dry fro,
Oh,
afro.
fro. Okay, okay. All right, all right. Let's keep
So
it.
they don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian. That's significant. Not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements.
Hold on, real quick. What I'm gonna say? Yo, this shit sound fire to me. It's crazy. This shit sound like. See, I'm into stuff like this, but we gonna get into it at the end. Though I want him to like just keep rocking out real quick.
Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up thugs. Imagine they're in prison every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that, what is going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid 50k per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that, the hood that you live in. Engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your... Yeah, and you can say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since the hung blacks and burned them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional. You wanna pretend that you don't know why. If your color means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality. We're a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed? Worse jobs, worse conditions, most tax. Look where you're living, yet you go to the pub. Friday night, you will fight with a guy. Don't know what for, won't fight with a guy. Shooting a tie who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politician. It's your kids, the poor British.
All right. You heard a little more. What you thinking?
I mean, when I listen to Buddy, like I can appreciate what he's saying. Like everything he's saying is dead on. Everything he's saying about the prison industrial complex, everything he's saying about picnic being pick an N word and watch him hang, and about sending off the poor kids to war and everything like that. Like I'm definitely he know his history. He delivering a message, but it's not my cup of tea when I'm listening to music. If I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, like I would read about this, I would watch a documentary about this. You know what I'm saying? I'll do my own actual research on this. But when I'm listening for, I people who use music as an escape for different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But let me ask
I
you
use
this question.
it.
So, so,
I don't.
so, if you would search for it, on your own in documentaries, movies, why wouldn't you want to hear or like? Because see, my thing is this: if he's not rapping about this, then he probably rapping about girl twerking, some little chick twerking in the club, or you know going out shooting somebody, something else. Why does that sound more appealing to people than hearing something that people would really want to like learn from? Because it is some stuff in here he's saying that some people can actually learn. You know what I mean? Depending on who runs into it.
No, but I'm not even saying like, when I listen to music, I don't necessarily even listen to, drill music or trap music or anything like that. Like I listen to rock, I listen to jazz, I listen to blues. I just go for a more upbeat, uplifting type of
Gotcha.
message when I'm listening to music. And it don't necessarily have to be this genre of hip hop.
Gotcha.
So this message right here, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how everybody like you will lock in on the lyrics and like really because you used to rap back in the day, so you gonna lock in
Hmm.
on the lyrics and really dissect the lyrics. I'm
Yeah.
someone that hear the beat first, you know,
Got
so the
you.
beat
Got
gonna
you.
catch me first, and then when they layer over the lyrics with the beat, then I feed into it that way. So with something like this, where it's an actual message coming on, just how my
Hmm.
mind work with music and everything like that, I can appreciate it more if I'm watching it through a documentary or if
Got
I'm
you.
reading it with something like
Okay.
that. I'm not going to process it the same way
Got
that I
you.
would sonically, but I definitely can appreciate what he's trying to say. You know, delivery wise, you know, it's not my type of delivery, but
Yeah.
the message he's saying, like the words he's actually using, he on some shit for real.
Got you. Got you. All right, we gonna let it rock out real
The
quick.
same to go and die in a foreign land for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British and that lovely patriotism that feed you, but in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know both sides of my family, black and white, a fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people dirt regardless of shade. But with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily, up to the 80s, people spitting in my palm because I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and grieving to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment. Constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my bricks that are flipping, clips that are sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail, people make money off it. So keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time. Market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. It's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? Or thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organized more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Songbo Evedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me. It was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV. And MTV said, wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum. And MTV said, pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said, drink prune juice, you will start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, and I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But my head's still nappy. Think for myself, so some mad at me. But on the mic, ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they wanna get near, but they can't have a peer all day. I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some criteria mean that much to them. It's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman, anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap back, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shackles, once that's happened there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read, don't let them say what you can achieve. Cause when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Cause it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Cause if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would not elevate not one of these clowns. If we knew our power, we wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies. If we knew our power, we would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study.
Man, what you thought about how he ended off?
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro. Like I definitely can appreciate the message he was on. I definitely like he talking that talk that you know. I definitely can appreciate politically. You know what he's saying about knowledge is power. You know, understanding your worth, uh, not getting sucked into what in like not necessarily MTV, but social media nowadays. Social media is saying drill rap, throwing your life away on some violence or drugs and everything like that. I definitely can feel the message where he coming from. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
delivery. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but
Wait,
he got
what you mean when you
very
say the
strong
delivery? It is
message.
what it is.
I mean, it just ain't it ain't my cup of tea on the delivery though, bro.
Got. So
Like
let me
the
ask you this: when
message
you
is
hear
out
this,
cold.
when you hear this, would it make you want to go search his name and hear some more stuff, or like you feel like, nah, that's all you really want to hear?
Nah, it will make me want to look him up to see if he had a discussion at a college. Like he got so much knowledge. Like if he had a town hall or something like that, or if he was at a university and he was speaking at a university and maybe going through the lyrics and going more into detail on what he's talking about, I would sit there and
Got you,
listen and
got you.
be engaged on what he got to say, because you can tell he has a lot of knowledge. But when you putting all that knowledge into a flow and you trying to rhyme words and everything like that, and
Mm-hmm.
you slightly touching on stuff, I can definitely appreciate what you touching on and the direction you going. But in the music tip is not my thing. On the
Got,
music tip, you
got
know,
you.
like for that. But I appreciate the message. The message is dope. What he's saying is accurate. You know, knowing our power is super important. Is factual. Not getting sucked into the status quo for what they, or you know, what they expect of black people across the country, across the world rather. You know, so I appreciate the message for sure, for sure. But
Yeah.
I would be able to, it'd be more palatable to me coming as a lecture, or if I saw him speak on this in that format.
It was crazy you said that because he actually do lectures at university. If I'm not mistaken, yo, people in the comments definitely let us know where, because I know he did some. I want to say at Oxford. I'm not sure. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but I think he do lectures, and I think he is a professor too. Hold on, let me just see. I think it's done. I just want to see if it ends real quick, how it ends, because it looks like there's a little time left. I think it's done. Let me see.
Boy, you cool. Fire.
Yeah. So definitely let us know in the comments, man. So yeah, so if Akala put out an album or something, you're not checking for the album. You just want to see him on a panel, really teaching. Like you rather see him away from the music. You saying?
Yeah, I'd rather see him, because it's the thing though, man. It's like for what he's saying, like we need our intellectuals. Like all I don't like the fact that when say a politician is speaking on some policy that needs to help benefit black people, we go to a musician to speak on that. No, we
Okay,
need to have professors or activists that are educated and well versed in policy to speak on something. You know what I'm saying? We need to
gotcha,
uplift those people. Like all our people don't need to be musicians or rappers or entertainers or anything like that. Like
gotcha.
he's speaking on some stuff, his lifestyle, and how he's saying he invested in this, he grabbed land in this. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy into this. Don't put this on a pedestal. He's speaking on something totally different, to where I would appreciate him in the positions he's coming from as a professor. Just like I don't want to see my pastor, like I'm not no Kurt Franklin dude. I don't want to see my pastor dancing around on stage and doing all this
Gotcha,
different type of stuff. No, the message you preaching, I want the gospel preached to me from a pulpit at a church. You get me? So that message
gotcha.
that he's preaching about, black, uplifting the black people, rising above racism, globally prejudiceness, and all this different type of stuff. I can appreciate that coming from a different arena than needing to be put into bars and try to make it sound catchy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
people really need to get an understanding of what he's trying to say.
Got you. Okay. All right. Y'all definitely let us know what y'all think in the comments real quick. It's coming all the way from Detroit right here. You know what I mean? It's my, even though Detroit got a bunch of artists that like speak, rap the same way too, like this spitting knowledge as who said it, Jay? What you trying to spit knowledge? Like you like as a Jay would say, you know what I mean? So, you kind of grew up on them dudes too, you know what I mean? Because I know Detroit, they be flowing for real out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Detroit a different type of it's a different environment though, and I feel like the older I get, I moved. I've evolved past ignorant music. You get what I'm saying? Like when I'm
Gotcha,
younger and I'm living a certain type of life and I'm aspiring to live a certain type of life or something like that, I might embrace a certain type of music more. But the older you get, you realize that that ain't it, and then you can
gotcha,
appreciate different genres of music more and everything like that. But for me to say sonically, I don't have a certain taste in a certain type of music I like, I'll be lying to you. And conscientious rap has never been my thing. I
got
can listen to conscientious speakers. I can appreciate, activists and professors and you know what I'm saying, people just on YouTube who speak on that type of stuff. But when I'm listening to something for music wise, I'm going for a different type of feeling. And it ain't
got
never
you,
that conscientious feeling.
got you, got you. All right, all right. Other than that, man, I don't know if you want to say something to people.
No, man. Once again, man, it's just all love. It's all love. I
Got
I
you,
definitely shout out to brother. Like, if y'all got anything in the comments to say, in terms of linking any type of thing he done spoke on at a university out there, or did a Oxford debate or something like that. Put it in the comments. I definitely pick up on it. I'm not somebody that know everything. I'm somebody that's willing to learn, and get put up on game. So if y'all got any game for me, just drop it in the comments. Definitely like and subscribe my boy page. But I appreciate y'all.
all right. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. All right, peace.